2012 Caddo Parish Commission meeting to order. Roll call, please, Mr. Clerk.
Dominic, Johnson, Williams, Lynn, Bowman, Baker, Lynch, Escaday, Thibodeau, Cox, Smith, Epperson. We have a quorum, Mr. President.
I'd like to ask Commissioner Williams to lead us in the invocation and Commissioner Bowman to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. May I have order, please?
We'll bow the head, please. Father, we come to you with bowed down head and humble heart. Lord, we ask that you bless this meeting, let it be what you would have it to be. Bless all the members that are assembled, Lord, even though we may not agree on everything, Lord, but let us work together as one for our parish and for our city and for our nation. Bless those that are in the audience, Lord. We pray that this meeting would be in decorum. We ask it all in Son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Let's face the flag. Our pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, at this time we will, in accordance with our bylaws and our charter, we will select the officers for the year of 2012. The first office would be for the office of President. Any nomination for the office of President?
Mike,
Chair recognizes Mr. Williams. Mr. Escaday?
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Thibodeau, please.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Escaday that Mr. Mike Thibodeau be nominated for the position of President for 2012 and seconded by Commissioner Williams. Seeing no request for discussion, we'll vote on the motion. Okay, Mr. Thibodeau is the newly elected President of Caddo Parish Commission for 2012.
Point of information, would you let everybody know who Mr. Thibodeau is?
Mr. Thibodeau is at the hospital. He's his daughter is giving birth to a grandchild. So he's there awaiting the arrival of a new grandchild. So we all wish both of them well. At this time, I'll open the floor for nominations of Vice President.
Chairman.
Chair recognizes Mr. Williams.
Chairman, I nominate Ms. Lindora Baker. Second.
Moved by Mr. Williams, seconded by Commissioner Dominique, that Commissioner Lindora Baker be elected as Vice President for the year of 2012. Any discussion? Vote to the nomination? Seeing none, we'll vote. Okay, Commissioner Baker is elected the Vice President for the year of 2012. The floor is now open for the nomination of the position of parliamentarian. The floor recognizes Commissioner Baker.
Mr. President, I offer the motion to nominate Commissioner Doug Dominic as parliamentarian for 2012.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Baker, seconded by Commissioner Smith, that Commissioner Doug Dominic be nominated for the position of parliamentarian for the year of 2012. Being no call for discussion, we'll vote on the nomination. That passes. Mr. Dominique is now the newly elected parliamentarian for the year of 2012. At this time, based upon our chart and our bylaws, our President is absent, so I will now relinquish the chair to the Vice President, Ms. Lindora Baker, and also if we will switch seats at this particular time.
We're going to do some name changing. Todd's going to do that. I need your help.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Before we get started and continue with our commission meeting, we have just a little bit of extra business to take care of. Thank you, Randy. A presentation.
Like, let's make a deal.
Commissioner Epperson, will you please come forward? Speaking on behalf of the Commission Board for Caddo Parish, we'd like to present to you this plaque serving as president for the year 2011, and it reads, presented to Kenneth Ken R. Epperson Sr., President, Caddo Parish Commission, for exceptional service to the citizens of Caddo Parish 2011 through 2012. Thank you for your service.
I'd like to say thank you, and it was a pleasure to serve as 2012. I don't think there's anything less that will be expected of me by my constituents as well as my colleagues here on the board. And it was a pleasure and I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Now we'll move on. Mr. Clerk,
Next, we have agenda additions.
are there any agenda additions? Being that we have no agenda additions, we'll move on.
Move to citizen comments.
Are there any citizens who would like to address the commission on any issues other than zoning? If so, will you please fill out a comment card and give it to either the president, myself, or vice president, or to our commission clerk, Todd Hopkins. I don't see any cards.
Have no cards.
Next order of business.
We see no visitors. We move to special resolution. Have a special resolution of a recognition for Mr. Ralph Ballantyne. Motion and a second.
Okay.
Come on, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Read every reading. You want it read, huh? You want it read, don't you?
Yes.
You're going to read.
You'll read it?
Yes.
All
I
right.
have to vote.
All right, please. Mr. Ralph, would you come to the
Mr.
podium? I guess?
Ballantyne, come to the podium, please, sir. Parish of Caddo, in the name and by the authority of the Caddo Parish Commission, resolution of recognition to Mr. Ralph Ballantyne. Whereas it is the desire of the Caddo Parish Commission to give appropriate acknowledgement and recognition to individuals who have rendered invaluable service in its behalf to the citizens of Caddo Parish, and whereas Mr. Ralph Ballantyne has served the community faithfully and effectively since 1966. He has served as a provider of elderly home care, broadened his contributions when he established medical transport services for Medicaid wheelchair non-emergency ambulance services in 1979, and further endowed the citizens of Caddo Parish and Shreveport in 1983 by forming Ballantyne Ambulance Service to provide non-emergency ambulance services. And whereas Mr. Ballantyne has always strived to make sure the disadvantaged and elderly citizens of Shreveport and Caddo Parish were helped, whether it was providing wheelchairs, ambulance services, or aid for others during the holidays. He especially enjoyed taking the time to offer young men and women around the city and parish interested in emergency care part-time jobs as a training ground for later employment. And whereas his passionate dedication to health care, public safety, and the welfare of the citizens can be traced through his entire lifetime, Mr. Ballantyne's love for this community has resonated throughout with his many hours of community service and his willingness to provide the citizens of Caddo Parish a quality service in every endeavor. Now therefore be it resolved that the Caddo Parish Commission, meeting legal regular session convened this 19th day of 2012, that it does hereby convey its deepest and most sincere expressions of gratitude and appreciation to Mr. Ralph Ballantyne for the invaluable contributions he has made during many years of selfless service to the parish and city, and particularly for his dedicated service to provide emergency and non-emergency ambulance service to the citizens. I'm President Ken Epperson, Mike Thibodeau, Vice President, and Mr. Michael Williams, District 3.
Okay, who was
say, Mr. Rapp, on behalf of our President and absent our President, Mr. Mike Thibodeau, our Vice President, Ms. Lindora Baker, and 12 members that serve on this body and administration and staff, and the United States of America. We'd like to appreciate the unselfish work you have done in our community, being not only a mentor, but being a fine student in our community, providing jobs for our people, providing taxes for our people, they can buy goods and services, buy homes and cars, but also especially to me. You've been like a father to me. And I really appreciate the discipline you gave me, because I know it was very hard trying to discipline me. I probably need to be recycled again. But I just want to let you know I love you, and I appreciate the investment you made in my young life as a young man. And you're like a surrogate father to us all. God bless you, and God thank you.
Thank you so much. This is so kind of you. But I want to compliment the commission. The times that I needed the commission and to come forth and ask for assistance or some kind of guidance or some help, I was always obliged with the service that the commission afforded me. And to Charles Webb, when we need some legal advice, even though we spent a lot of money paying for it, he was always there to help us on it. So thank you so much, Charles. And thank you, members of the commission. And if I can ever be of help to you, please call on me. Thank you.
Madam Chairman.
Hold on 1 minute. It was moved by Commissioner Escaday, seconded by Commissioner Dominique, without exceptions, it will pass. We have now Commissioner Dominique would like to speak, and then Commissioner Williams.
Mr. Valentine, I appreciate you being here today. I have to admit I was a little bit remiss. I just didn't catch your name until y'all actually walked in, and Mr. Williams said something to me about it. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate y'all's support of our community in North Caddo Parish, having lived there, and I know that some of you guys and your children still reside in our area, and just appreciate everything that y'all done, and ability to know you over the past several years that I've got to know you, and all the things you've done to help everybody. And this recognition was very well deserved. We wish you the best of luck, you and your entire family and business, and just appreciate it, Mr. Valentine.
Commissioner Williams.
I'd like to ask Mr. Rapp to acknowledge his family and his special guests. I see Mr. Gamble in the audience, who also is a mentor. Mr. Rapp is his mentor as well. He also provides a lot of assisted living and nursing home for our elderly. He's done a great job in our community. And I see he has his grandkid in the chair. Mr. Rapp, you'd like to acknowledge your family. You must at this time.
What's that coming out, Jim?
You want to come to the mic?
Jim, what's that coming out?
Hang on, I'll get him over there.
Mr. Rapp, we want to get you close to the microphone here, so because all this is being recorded, they want to pick it up.
I'd like to recognize Miss Marianne Wade. Miss Wade came to work at Roseview Nursing Center for us when she was right out of high school. And she worked for us there and did a wonderful job for 21 years. Then she retired, and I think Mr. Jim Elrod let her be retired for about 3 weeks. And he persuaded her to come and help him out just a little bit over at Willis Knighton, and she's still helping out. But I appreciate her so much. And my son-in-law, Carl Macbeth, my daughter Pam Macbeth, my grandson Casey Macbeth, and here is Campbell from Campbell Guest Care, and Sam Valentine, the youngest member. So you're looking at 3 generations of Valentines here today. And we just appreciate you allowing us to honor them today. Thank you.
Mr. Bowman.
Thank you. Ralph, I just want you to know that I think you are so very deserving of this honor and any honor that can be given to you, not only through the parish of Caddo, but the city as well. I know through serving on the council how you were so active in affairs with the city, and I wanted to know if Levita is watching this on television today. I hope that she is. If not, hopefully she can get a copy of the proceedings here today. I met Ralph's wife, Levita. I hate to say it, but it was back in the 70s. She was my head nurse during that time. And we have been good friends ever since. And again, Ralph, I hope that she's doing better, and give her my regards. Thank you.
Commissioner Cox.
Mr. Ballantyne, your company has served me for almost 2 years while I was a promoter here. I would come, and your grandson would be the gentleman that would come to our fights, and you would have 2 units at every event, and the most professional staff I can tell you I've ever been around. So whatever you taught them, you did well. Whatever you taught Michael, I don't know. But Michael is a great guy, and he's getting better. I want you to know that as your grandson goes on in the business, I don't think you have a thing to worry about, because he is the utmost professional when he was dealing with my company. So I appreciate your company, appreciate you and the help you gave me throughout the years, and just keep going. Thanks, sir.
Okay, I too would like to say thank you, Mr. Ballantyne, for your services. I have my Valentine days and experiences, and that 222-5358 number still rings in my head. I know it. I know that number. So thank you so very much for the services that you rendered when I was working at Life Care Hospitals, because I know a lot of times I would call and say, Carl, I need your help, and he would do whatever he could to help us to get us what we needed when we needed. So thank you so very much for the service that you rendered to us. And Mr. Gamble, did you want to have something to say?
Just like Commissioner Williams, I too have been mentored by Mr. Ballantyne, and the good things that I've done, I give him a lot of credit for teaching me, and I know he's been a big help to our community and to the nursing home industry, and I'm very pleased and congratulate you all for honoring him. Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak? Okay, Mrs. Clerk.
Next, we move to communication committee reports. I believe first we have any responses from the administration.
Madam President, we don't have a report today.
Next, we have discussion of the 2010 Parish of Caddo audit.
I just want to apologize. I've got one other bit of information I need to get before I can intelligently discuss this. So I'm going to pass on this today. Thank you.
We have Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Okay.
On January 31st, I'll be conducting a meeting, I-49 North project from 6 to 7:30 at Southern University in Jesse Stone building, basically to give the residents some more information about I-49 North, how the land would be acquisitioned, and the proposed route that they have taken. Thank you.
Commissioner
On January the 26th at 6:30 p.m., the American Road Center, I will be hosting my annual district informative meeting for Caddo Parish District 12. I'd like a special emphasis to invite the residents of the Newcastle subdivision and the Pine Edge subdivision, since they were newly annexed into District 12. So just wanted to get that word out today. Also, last year we had the first annual Lance Corporal Dakota Hughes Volks March, which we had at Eddie Jones Nature Park. and the proceeds from that endeavor, we've donated it to the Volunteers of America House for Homeless Veterans. So we would like to get our committee together and start planning toward that event again this year. And a special invitation will go out. Clay, would you relay that message to Ted Cox? I know he's recovering from surgery, but we need to start planning on that for this upcoming year. Also, I would like to challenge the governmental entities on both sides of the Red River, Bossier City, Bossier Parish, Caddo Parish, the City of Shreveport. I think we need to do something to honor the end of the Iraqi war and all of the veterans from this area that served therein, both living and the ones that are dead. We had a substantial, not a substantial amount, but we did have some losses in that war. And I would like for anyone that would be interested in establishing, I would like to do like a parade or whatever ideas you'd like to come up with. Please contact me and we'll sit down, we'll brainstorm, and we'll see what we can come up with in honor of the end of the Iraqi war and the veterans that served therein from this region, both living and the ones that are deceased. That's all I have. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And that sounds like a good idea from Ms. Jackson.
Next, we have Mr. Alonzo Lewis, owner of Lakeside Grocery, Small Business Owner of the Month.
Commissioner Williams?
Yes, she's coming.
Oh, okay.
You read it?
I can read it, yes, sir.
Congratulations, Valentine.
We got a feeling. Okay. We got some grocery back there too.
The Parish of Caddo Parish Commission, know ye that whereas on the 19th day of January 2012, the Small Business Owner Award is presented to Mr. Alonzo Lewis for his forceful and dynamic commercial presence in the community and for the contributions he has made to the economic development and well-being of the area. Signed, Michael D. Williams, Commission District 3.
Come over, Chairman. Second.
Second.
I'd like to,
Who's moved in second?
We don't need to vote on
You
that.
don't need to vote? Okay.
Okay. Well, I'd like to speak.
Go ahead.
Tell you why I came up with this award. Thank you, Madam Chairman. Let me just say to Ms. Gates, unfortunately, I went by the authority today and talked with Mr. Alonzo. Unfortunately, he's sad that he couldn't be here today because running a business like that, oftentimes, the person who does the cooking, the cleaning, the mopping, the cashiering, oftentimes can't leave. So let me just say I am very, very proud that we, in our community, we still have a stakeholder, mom and pop grocery store that also provide a service to those citizens in the community because we recognize that in our community it doesn't look the same anymore because our community now looks like an international community. Well, I support our international brothers and sisters, but I do feel we need to start supporting our own African-American owned business because they have been the backbone of our community for years. And our community is dwindling away, and oftentimes we play the blame game as a race of people, saying that it's the man problem why we're not successful. We need to do a better job in cultivating businesses in our own community and stop playing the blame game, stop blaming government for everything that's going on in our community because they're not the ones that are shooting and killing and robbing our community. We need to stop playing the blame game. It's over. So I'm proud to give this award out to a Small Business of the Month of people in our community that's still trying to hold it down in our neighborhoods because we know that small business is the backbone of America. We all looking for the big hit, hoping the big business come, but stores like yours are very important to the future of our community so our young kids can see you can have an American dream and own a business and still be in the neighborhood. That is good. We need to start promoting more of that, and we need to do a better job because I know even a turtle knows if you don't stick your neck out, you're not going to get nothing done. So it's time for us to be like turtles and start sticking our neck out and do something about our own problems in our own community and stop looking for the big bailout on Wall Street while Main Street suffers. So it's going to take business like yours, like your brothers, to make our community a better place. And I'm so grateful that you're here and that we learn to spend our money and stop having lip service and start using hip service and start spending our money with each other or do business with people that do business with us. Everybody else spend money with each other while we can. You got Chinatown, you got Italy spending together, you got Pakistan spending together, Iran spending. We don't spend no money with each other. We need to do a better job. We need to change the direction of our dollar and start spending money in our own community. We don't have to play the begging game. You know, government has a responsibility to make sure we have a level playing field on government. But our neighborhoods, government has a responsibility to do urban renewal, investment, and community development. But we have a responsibility as leaders, as civic people in our community, to do a better job. And we're not doing that. We have let a lot of people down who died and suffered because, you know, we're regressing instead of progressing. So I commend you and hope we can do other business in the future. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioner Bowman?
No, I just had a question for Commissioner Williams.
Yes.
Is this something that you'll be doing every month?
Every month.
Okay, can I make a suggestion that maybe it, in addition to this, it has for District 3 written on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
What was you, I'm confused. What was it? I misunderstood.
Just where it has Small Business Owner of the Month,
Yes, ma'am.
that you add for District 3.
Okay. I'll see it on the certificate, but not on the agenda. We can do that. Thank you, Ms. Gates. Let me present it to her. On behalf of the Caddo Commission, Mike Thibodeau, our President and Vice President, Lindora Baker, and the 12 members that serve on this body, we appreciate you and your family for holding the fort down in the hood, bringing the goods and service to our community where people can buy right there in our neighborhood. We thank you for it. We look for more to come, and the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Next order of business, Mr.
Who's the
Clerk.
President's report?
There's no president. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I just wanted to say I was proud to accept this for my brother.
I'm sorry, Doc.
Then they got some goodies, they got some samples in the back.
And thank you so much for bringing that barbecue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. Next order of
There's no President's report.
No.
The January 5th and January 9th meetings will be delayed and approved at the next meeting.
Okay.
We'll move to the public hearing on ordinances. Ordinance number 5170 of 2012 to authorize the extension of the provisions of Chapter 5 of the Title 11 of the Louisiana Revised Statutes of 1950 for the purpose of providing retirement benefits to the eligible officers and employees of the Office of the Coroner, Caddo Parish, a taxing district or political subdivision of the Parish of Caddo, State of Louisiana.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of this ordinance? Is there anyone here to speak in opposition of this ordinance? Next order of business.
Ordinance number 5171 of 2012, declaring certain adjudicated properties to be surplus and authorize the parish administrator designee to sell the parish's tax interest.
Anyone here to speak in favor of this ordinance? Anyone here to speak in opposition? Next order of business. Commissioner Bowman.
Just a correction. It has 1, 5, 6, and 7, but when I looked on the map, I didn't see 5.
Okay.
Just waiting it out right now.
It was here. Oh, Robert.
It's not in mine.
Yeah.
Behind 6, that's why.
It's behind 6.
They're not in,
Oh, okay.
they're not in
Okay.
numerical order. That's-
Yeah, it's not in order, right. All right, thank you. Next order of business.
Concludes the public hearing on ordinances. We move to ordinances for final passage. Ordinance number 5170 of 2012 to authorize the extension of the provisions of Chapter 5 of Title 11 Louisiana Revised Statutes of 1950 for the purpose of providing retirement benefits to the eligible officers and employees of the Office of the Coroner.
So moved.
Second.
It was moved by Commissioner Cox, seconded by Commissioner Lynch. Are there any discussion? If not, let's vote. That passes.
Ordinance number 5171 of 2012, declaring certain adjudicated properties to be surplus.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Johnson, second by Commissioner Williams. Are there any discussion? If none, please vote. Next order of business.
Ordinance for introduction by title, ordinance number 5172 of 2012, to amend Chapter 8 of the Caddo Parish Code of Ordinances to enact Section 8-71 regarding the sale of animals in Caddo Parish. Ordinance number 5173 of 2012, declaring certain adjudicated properties to be surplus and authorize the parish administrator designee to sell parish's tax interests. Move to approve the work session minutes for January 17th.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Escudero, second by Commissioner Williams. Any discussion? Please vote. Next order of business.
Next we have resolutions. Resolution number 7 of 2012, requesting the Louisiana Legislature to enact a local and special law authorizing the renaming of the Greenbrook Park in honor of Rubenstein T. Carson.
Moved by the chair.
Second.
Are there any discussion? Please vote. Next order of business. I'm sorry.
That's it. Just point of information, Madam Chair. The State Representative Norton will carry that bill.
Okay, good.
She carried.
Good, wonderful, thank you. Next order of business.
Resolution number 8 of 2012, urging the Louisiana Legislature to enact legislation granting time off for employees to serve as part-time elected officials.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Exler, second by Commissioner Johnson. Are there any discussion? Commissioner Cox.
Pardon me for, I wasn't here when this was brought up, so could someone, can you explain to me what this is for? Because I can tell you what my company's going to tell me.
Who's going to tell? Commissioner Epson.
What we're doing is asking that any person that's elected to a part-time elected position would be allowed the opportunity to attend their basic meetings of that elected position. Pay does not have to be involved. There will be some stipulation. There has to be a certain amount of employees. Of course, this is going to be hashed out. But basically, it won't be a financial burden or a logistical burden to an employee because there will be some more stipulations put in. I think the last time we drafted up a company of 50 or more employees. However, the reason being for this is government by the people, of the people, for the people, not certain people, The same thing applies when one of us can go out and sign our names on that dotted line and say we're going to give our lives for this country and come back. If we can participate fully therein, we think we ought to participate fully in all other aspects of what we've paid the prices for. I think I know it'll be amenable, but it's just the idea of us sitting down and talking and making sure that this isn't anything that's going to be detrimental to either the employer or the employee.
Okay. To do a follow-up, is this a binding? I know it's a resolution, but how much teeth will it have if this ever comes up?
Commissioner Epson, can you answer?
These are some things that will have to be, it's going to go through the committee, more than like the Labor Committee, which I think they've been through before. Of course, I'm getting this ready because I want to have this ready 30 days prior to Police Jury Association to address it also. So we're going to hone it and refine it to where it's going to be palatable for everybody. We know it's not just that simple that they're going to do it, but we're going to make sure that all questions are answered, and I think it's something that will be, it won't be a burden on nobody.
Okay. I'd just like to say that I applaud Mr. Epson for doing this because when you are a public servant, you do give up a lot, not only through your work but your family. So I'm behind it 100%, but just want to make sure that we can pass it on through.
That's right.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Commissioner Escudero.
I have a little difference of opinion on this. I'm not adamantly opposed to it. Some of the language, if the state passes all requiring means then everybody would have to comply. There's so many circumstances that could come up. There could be a business under 20 people or under 50 or whatever. You just don't know what the needs are. Does that mean air traffic controller gets off regardless of what his schedule is? And it's not that I don't think it could be refined and defined, but it's very vague right now. So it's basically, we're saying to the state legislature, according to this resolution, do it, and then you're going to pass a law, and then we're going to live with it. Well, I'm not sure what all is going to be within that law. And then there's a flaw in the resolution itself, or typo, or whatever you want to call it. It said requiring all employees of the state. It sounds like it's state employees. It should be in the state, not of the state. We're not dealing with this with the state, but it's too vague. It could be restrictive, and I expect it will pass, but I'm not going to support it because it's not complete, just on that basis. Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak? Please vote.
Yes. Or do yes.
Passes. Yeah, passes. Okay. Next order of business, clerk.
There's no new business.
Commissioner Edison? Commissioner Lynch?
Oh, before we adjourn, I just want to, and I don't know what committees, Commissioner Thibodeau lets us know that this, I would like to get a little more information and perhaps vetting on this ordinance 5172 regarding the sale of animals in Caddo Parish. I know, at one time we did a lot of tweaking to law. We had a committee, I don't know if it was called a dog committee, but it did go to committee, and people get a little antsy when you start dealing with animals in this parish. So I just want to make sure we vet this and that we have some discussion about it, because I'm not really sure what the full intent is.
Commissioner Cox?
So if we can get that, maybe to get to a committee or something where we can talk about it, make sure that everybody's okay, the groups and all of that.
Two things, Ms. Lynch, I'd love to set, after the meeting, tell you a little bit about that. Also, Friday, a lot of you have sent emails, and I want to thank everybody for looking out for our family. We had my mother-in-law that passed away, so I want to thank everybody for your prayers, and the family's still going through some things, but we're getting through it, and I apologize for not being here on the first meeting, but we are getting along, and I appreciate all y'all's help and support. Thank you.
Our condolences are with you. Commissioner Smith?
I guess I'm part of this because I have a great deal of problem down in front of Walmart in our district, as David knows. They are there daily. Animal Control certainly knows it better than I do. And not only are they there, sometimes there's 3 and 4 there, and right out to the edge of the street in some cases too. And cars are stopping and blocking traffic, and somebody's going to get killed there. And I'm surprised there hadn't been a bad accident already. But it's a real issue in my district. Thank you.
Any more order, Commissioner Bowman?
Yes, ma'am. If that's what you're basically speaking of, and it's more in the parish than within the city, and we do have that problem in the city. I have it right there at Juella in front of Super One. As a matter of fact, I've called the police numerous times myself because they're selling pit bulls at that location, and the city does have laws on the books to govern those type sales. So if the parish doesn't have one, then I can see where it's going.
Yeah, I have a question.
Commissioner Cox?
Well, real quick, and I'll just do a synopsis on this. When you and I walked that to the city, they adopted our rules. We went back and refined this because there's been instances where dogs are being sold on the side of the road, and it could be in any part of the town, it could be in any part of the parish. I came up on one that a lady had a female pit bull tied to a tree. Her pit bull puppies was 10 feet away. Now, picture this. If somebody came up and picked up one of those puppies and that mother did not like it, we had an incident waiting to happen with no one around to prevent it. This is something that needs to be addressed. outside selling on the corners should not happen in this parish or in this city, simply because it is a hazard waiting to happen. Other towns and other counties do it. If you're going to sell your animals, do it the old-fashioned way. Have people come to your house, or do it at a organized function. Selling them on the side of the road, it has traffic violations, it has just bad things written all over it, simply because you're taking that mother out of its comfort zone. You're putting it by puppies, by other individuals. Or the mother's not there, they just have a kennel out front of Walmart at the old AT&T, or at the Pines Road Walmart, or at Bass Pro Shop, which is in Bossier, but they're looking at this thing too. If we allow this and something happens, it's shame on us for letting it happen, simply because it was preventable. A few tweaks in the law will prevent this. And summertime's coming up, springtime, summertime's coming up. You will have these people everywhere selling. They need to go through proper channels as far as animal control, or a position where it's an authorized selling. And that's what basically it's boiled down to. Protection is what it boils down to. Thank you.
Commissioner Williams.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chairman. Since we're on the discussion about pit bulls, is there a prohibition from convicted felons owning pit bulls?
No.
No, sir.
Sure not.
So maybe so we need to explore.
Can't do it.
Thank you.
Any more business?
Plenty of people. We went through it.
Move for adjournment, Madam Chair.
Adjourned.